Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
It is 3:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and did we get like the official record? Was it like, because I know by innings it tied Game 3 of the 18 World Series for longest World Series game of all time. I don't know, like time wise. All I know is that it was like usually these games are getting like if they start at 8, they're usually over around like 11 p.m. And it was like the 7th inning at 11 p.m. Eastern. So I'm pretty sure we blew past the time too.
What time? How long was it? Was it 7 hours? Was it?
It was just
this was
short of 7.
This was 6:39. 6 hours 39 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what the game length was for Game 3 and 18, but it sure felt like it.
It was one day.
7:20.
7 years in a day.
7:20.
That's what reference lists. 7 hours 20 minutes.
Yeah,
well, that's with no pitch clock and all that.
Yeah.
Damn. Makes that much of a difference, huh? Wow. Anyways, this game had it all. This was, and even still, I before the game, I threw out the first ever 5-player pick'em that I've done all year on the Underdog Fantasy app. I threw the first one out there, and this game was 2 games in 1. And I still didn't fucking hit it because Max Muncy went 0 for 7, and George Springer got hurt and got taken out of this game. So my pick'em was doomed. My pick'em was doomed.
I feel your pain. I watched Tyler Glasnow get yanked after 5. Right, he punched his 5th guy out, and then we go to Banda, and I am yelling at my TV. No, he's got another one in him. But he's got another one. That's all I needed. I needed him to hit. Scherzer got us through 4+. No problem. Check that box. Big earn. Ernie Clement. Check that box. Just needed a 6th ticket from Glasnow. Needed one more.
Not saying your loss isn't heartbreaking, but there's something particularly galling about doing only offensive players counting stats and still not coming through in an 18-inning game.
18
no offense, Jared.
innings? Yeah. I mean, that's like giving Max Scherzer another or whoever else.
Guy got hurt.
Was Springer part of it too?
Injury.
Was Springer part of it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it
sucks, but how many at-bats did he get? 3?
Not enough. not nearly as many as everyone else. So if we're talking about an even playing field here, we clearly didn't have one. So, but Underdog is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats like strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. If you're one of these people, I guess you can make entries of all baseball or mix and match across your other favorite sports. I'm just an all baseball guy. Maybe I'll mix in some Phoenix Suns. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we get around to it. I don't know.
Probably
make sure you sign up with the promo
right?
code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. I said this on the stream, which, by the way, Kenny Mayne was supposed to be on for the 2nd and the 3rd innings of this stream. I don't know how it was pitched to him. I don't know what that conversation was like. I've never met the man. We've never communicated before tonight. So I don't know how it was pitched to him. Like, hey, do you want to broadcast a couple innings with these baseball people? Yeah, sure. And the conversation was all over the place, but he stuck it out from the 2nd inning until the Freddie Freeman walk-off home run. It was a surreal, just alternate universe watching an 18-inning baseball game pretty much the entire time with Kenny Mayne.
That's epic.
It was crazy.
Who I still don't think totally knew what he was a part of or got it.
No.
No. But nevertheless, I think had a good time. So yeah, it was a unique way to take in what was a pretty epic all-time game.
Yes. I think one of the things I said on the stream was I get it. There's bigger storylines now, but I hate that Shohei Ohtani going 4 for 4 with 2 home runs and 2 doubles will kind of be an afterthought because he was walked 5 times after that happened. He was intentionally walked 4 times, and then in his final plate appearance, he was basically intentionally walked. He did not see a pitch anywhere near the strike zone. So let's call it 5 intentional walks. Like, I don't even like Hey, what do you, I mean, like, can we skip ahead to the Nugs? Like, is there, I know that you said he's the first player in postseason history to have 2 homers and 2 doubles in the same game, but then tack on the 5 walks. Like, how do you even put that in historical context when, like, has there ever been a player to be walked 5, like take out the home runs and the doubles? Has there ever been a player walked 5 times in a World Series game?
So the only instance of 5 walks in a postseason game is Corey Seager in the 2023 ALDS Rangers-Orioles Game 2. He went 2 for 6 with 5 walks. There are no instances of 5 walks in the World Series. And in fact, part of what makes it so fascinating or so impressive is that there are 121 instances of 5 or more walks in a game during the regular season by a player, but the most hits in any of those games is 3 by Melky Cabrera, and all 3 of those hits were singles. So Shohei, I mean, you can cut this up so many ways, but like Shohei did something that has not been done in the World Series and has only been done one other time in the postseason, but did it in such a way where he basically added an entire other game's worth of amazing hits to it, because nobody else, as we also noted, nobody else had ever put together a game with 2 or more homers and 2 or more doubles in the game. So you have 2 separate things. Actually, I hadn't really thought about this until right now. You have 2 separate games that had never happened, right? You have the 5 walks,
the 5
and
walks
you have
and the 2 homers, 2 doubles.
2 homers, 2 doubles.
Yeah.
Hopefully that puts it into context for you, like the apps, but I don't even know if that helps.
Jay, you know what? In an alternate universe, you somewhere are arguing that he's a compiler, that it's cool, but you know what? It's a bit of a compiling number when you think about it. So whatever, Shohei, we get it. Just tacking on at this point.
I do understand, so I understand Jared's point about it becoming an afterthought, because now you have Freddie Freeman doing what he does. You have even the shadow of Yamamoto like being its own storyline, the fact that he was willing to pitch and was going to come into the game. And then obviously all the other things, but like, I do feel like Will Klein, for sure at the top, at or near the top of that list. But I feel like
Brent Honeywell crawled so Will Klein could run tonight, Jay.
I do feel like all of those. Yeah, this was an Evaldi. I do feel like once the dust settles, though, the thing that we will remember most about this game in 5 or 10 years will end up being Ohtani. And the fact that his presence on the game was such an incredible weight and a shifter that, yeah, they tried to like check him out of the game for the second half of the game, essentially. But like that kept pushing things, like that has an impact. That brings up Freddie Freeman in a certain place, right? That does, after a while, weigh on you. And I just feel like this was the 3 homer and then the 10 strikeout performance to wrap up the CS was epic in a way that is unmatchable by anybody else. But this, to me, is its own chapter in his just kind of legacy and just his unprecedented nature for impacting a game in a way that we're not going to see anybody else impacted.
And you know what? I saw a lot of I would do away with the intentional walk. I would do away with the intentional walk if I was commissioner. I don't like the idea. Well, I don't like the idea of when rules like what did Joe Madden say the other day, right? Mr. Madden himself says when rule changes start to affect strategy and like start to impact the game itself, like, I mean, that's like saying that you have to minimum throw over to Deion Sanders in his prime. You got to throw over there 10 times a game. You have to. Why? Why do I have to do that? He's really good. I'd rather not. The matchup over there, not great for me. So I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to pick my poison. Like, what do you mean I have to? So I balk at that. And I understand, hey, well, we did it with the, intentional walk. We took away the pitches and just, yeah, again, for me, felt like it was part of the strategy because we watched guys and I felt like you could see it there at the end, little, like he didn't necessarily want to walk it. Like he's like, oh, that last fastball, like kind of wanted to be close, kind of wanted to be competitive. Knew what he couldn't do though. Could not let Ohtani get any sort of a look. Couldn't let him beat him. But yeah, man, this is like you said, there's a lot of different storylines that you're going to take away from this. An historic night for Ohtani. I think the fact that you do have a guy like Will Klein, though, it's not like I'm not calling it an emerging performance or anything, but this is what the World Series provides. Opportunities for someone to step up and be a fucking hero. And that's what Will Klein was tonight. In the face of everything else, I promise you, when they go into that dugout, Ohtani will have a big hug for Will Klein.
4 innings, just 1 hit, punched out 5, and got the win. I would imagine that there aren't many folks who outside of LA knew who he was. They know who he is now. Everyone already knew who Ohtani was. Everyone already knew who Freddie Freeman was. Everyone already knew who Yoshinobu Yamamoto was. But you can go out there, turn in a performance like that, get yourself a nice dub in an 18-inning World Series victory to give the Dodgers a 2-1 series lead, with the next 2 games being in LA. Yeah, I would say that gets you a shout out at the parade if they're able to finish the job. And even though Yamamoto didn't make it into the game, just the fact that he was like, hey, if you need me, I can go down there and start throwing right now. And it wasn't lip service. He was down there. He was throwing.
Oh,
there was
hot.
a moment. Yeah, there was a moment during, I can't remember I think it was maybe in the 17th, where you can see Dave Roberts is asking, like there's a conversation happening on the bullpen phone, being like, hey, what's the deal? And he's like, he's not ready. So
right.
Like he was down there throwing, but when they were at least considering bringing him into the game, he wasn't hot yet. But regardless, just the image of him being down there, same thing with Biebs. Like Biebs is the scheduled game 4 starter, and he was down there moving around. He offered himself up and was ready to come into that game if need be as well.
He's going through when you have that for me was like it's not crunch time by any means. It's obviously crunch time, but that's where when you start getting into like the thick of what you're willing to do to win these games and what these games mean, like the idea of chasing a W, all hands on deck, buddy, they've been on deck. To see that your next game starter going through his weighted ball routine, his warm-up routine, the other guy is on the mound cranking, ready to rock. Like there's, I mean, like, and a big moment for me was Sasaki, because it was the first time outside of that game in Philly, or against Philly, excuse me, that he had gone 4 or more outs, right? That game he went 3 innings and it was spectacular into extra innings to win the ball game. But here it's a big spot that he's coming in. He's not coming into a clean inning, which he's done the majority of the time. And there is going to be the potential for a big adrenaline dump, and able to work through that, able to get out of that spot. And I think that was a big moment. That was a big moment because I think that helped kind of bridge the gap then, because what did you get out of Sheehan, right? And that helped. I mean, we saw Clayton Kershaw and Max Scherzer in the same World Series game where they possibly may never throw another baseball. We know Kershaw's shut piece after this. right? And to get both of those dudes in. And are you kidding me? When Clayton Kershaw comes into the ball game, steps onto the mound in that spot, they load the bases. I thought, oh my, like, wow. And it was almost like Kershaw was like, who cares? Let's go.
I said it at the time, but I was like, putting Kersh in this spot feels mean. Like you have other options.
Oh.
Like you're not down to your last arm, and you're going to put Clayton Kershaw and all of his 89 on the bump right now with the fucking bases loaded. Like, come on.
Yeah. Freddie after the game dropped it. What did he say? He said it looked like vintage Kershaw out there. All of 89, little slider. And then I think he tried to cover it up and call it an 89 mile an hour slider.
He said it's the best he's ever looked. He's like, that was vintage Kershaw out there.
Yeah, stop it. But I thoroughly appreciate that we got that too. That was nice. Yeah, there was a lot, man. I mean, a ton of great defense, right? I mean, Vlad, the throw, you got Clement,
Teoscar,
multiple plays, or Edmund, Teoscar, Barger with the fucking hose at home. I mean, my God, Freeman was out by 4 days. Yeah, the Springer injury sucks because he's done. I got to believe unless he can play through whatever the Toradol train can cover up. Like that's Miles Straw from here on out.
Yeah, I don't want to say we don't see him again. I don't think he's in the starting lineup tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, look, whether or not here's the thing though. It does you no favors, and it's not like Springer is. I don't know that anybody serves as a quote unquote threat, especially the other side knowing what the ailment is. Like I know buddy, I know that's an oblique piece. Like I'm not. You're not. I'm worried you're not looming on the bench for me if you're not in the starting lineup. You know what I mean? Like
it was an immediate call for the trainer.
Oh, absolutely. So I can cross you off if they didn't already get somebody in tow, right? Because they got the taxi squad. They got people ready to roll. So there's probably, I have to believe, going to be a decision maker because you just simply cannot. And tonight's a reason why, after an 18-inning affair, day one into a 3-game set straight, you can't go into a game shorthanded. You can't do it. You got to give yourself every opportunity to match up. You have to.
If you're a Blue Jays fan, you have to feel, you have to feel like you're going into an elimination game tomorrow.
This is absolutely must win, Jared. Today was must win. If we're being honest, there's no chance you wanted to go into tomorrow in this position.
No.
You wanted to have a fighting chance. You wanted to even the field, right? You wanted to make it. You wanted it to feel competitive, but now you are in very real danger of not going back home and needing to put on your spikes.
I just feel like the combination of it's different for me trying to put myself in that position. But I remember, did JD get hurt? It was something obviously he continued playing, but I think JD jammed his ankle or something like that and played through it. But then you have that 18-inning game, you burn your game 4 starter out of the bullpen, and then you fucking lose. It's not a good feeling. And the Toronto Blue Jays and their fans have to be thinking man, we just burned everything we've got on an 18-inning game that we lost, and we were down George Springer. And I get it. Vladdy's been the guy. Vladdy has ultimately I think when this postseason wraps up, we'll look back and maybe talk about Vladdy's postseason as an all-time, top whatever, call it 5, 10, wherever it ranks, all-time great postseason. I went back and looked today. I tweeted out the stat. David Ortiz in 04, David Ortiz in 07, David Ortiz in 13, all the championship years, and how, he's obviously fucking amazing. It was basically all in between 1,200 to 1,300 OPSs in those 3 title runs. And Vladdy's OPS for the postseason, has been better than all of Ortiz's championship runs. So like that's the rarefied air that we're talking about. For as great as Vladdy has been, Springer is number 2. Like he's been the guy. And to lose this game, to lose that guy is and the only thing that they do have going for them is that they didn't have to dial up Biebs to come into this game and burn him too. Like if he ended up going out there and throwing 4 or 5 innings out of the bullpen, then you're really looking at yourself being like, what the fuck are we going to do tomorrow?
Yeah, no, that's why for the guys that came out of the bullpen, I mean, Eric Lauer deserves a fuck ton of credit himself. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
He matched, when you think about it, he matched the effort that you got from Klein. Like that was
Lauer recorded one more out than Scherzer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like he is as far as the out getters go on the day, he matched Glasnow, who was the highest out getter, right? 14 outs Glasnow got. That's the same amount of outs that Eric Lauer got, right? Yep. Will Klein went 4 innings. He got 12 outs. So
I feel like Lauer, I got an out at some point.
I mean, Eric Lauer, for all intent and purposes, was probably the best performer on the mound outside of Will Klein, whose team won the ball game because of what he was able to do. So it's a hang with him for little on the back end, but man, I mean, and isn't it funny? Like I mentioned that was my whole thing is if the Dodgers go 6 in the starting rotation, if they give you 6 out of that rotation every time they take the ball, I don't know that this game is even close. I don't know that this series is even close, which is why I chose it in 5. But you got to tip your cap to a bullpen who I think otherwise had some question marks around it. Again, light some guys that I think would be able to help them otherwise. But for the Blue Jays and the Dodgers, both of their bullpens to kind of go toe to toe tonight for an extended period of time, each side stepped up. It was a matter of one big swing, and that was the difference.
I do think that's a good call, though, to mention the bullpen, because they had a 6 ERA in the postseason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and everybody, Jay, hey, everybody, I mean, outside of a couple guys, everybody did their job. Everybody got the job done. It was just a matter of once the dust settled, somebody was going to have to give it up.
We interrupt this podcast, this Game 3 of the World Series reaction podcast, to talk about the great folks at Bubs Naturals. You guys know. I mean, I don't even have to tell you, but you already know. I work out. Recovery with age, it gets a little bit more difficult. Getting older hits harder than you expect. One day you wake up with stiff joints. Recovery from the gym takes longer. Your hair's thinning. Nails are breaking and your skin just doesn't have that same smooth glow anymore. Aging sucks, but it doesn't have to. That's where Bubs Naturals collagen peptides come in. Starting in your mid-20s, your body naturally produces less collagen every single year. And collagen is the protein that holds everything together. It's literally the glue of the body. With Bubs, you can help restore collagen levels closer to what your body naturally had in its youth. That means stronger joints, healthier hair and nails, and smoother skin, and faster recovery. And it's super easy to use. Just mix Bubs into your coffee, smoothie, or juice each morning. It's tasteless, odorless, and dissolves instantly. No clumps, no weird aftertaste. And here's what makes Bubs truly different. The brand is a tribute to former Navy SEAL Glenn Bub Doherty, a national hero who gave his life saving Americans in Benghazi, Libya. Glenn's call sign was Bub. And he was kind of the guy that would push for self-improvement and helped everyone around him. That DNA is woven into the Bubs brand. And to honor him, Bubs donates 10% of all profits to charity, starting with the Glenn Doherty Memorial Foundation. And on top of that, Bubs is built to the highest standard, no junk, zero sugars, sweeteners, or fillers. It's a third-party tested, NSF certified for sport, Whole30 approved, and sustainably sourced from grass-fed, pasture-raised cattle. It's trusted by over 100,000 customers and was named Best Collagen of 2024 by health.com. Live better, longer. For a limited time only, the listeners of BID are getting 20% off of at Bubs Naturals by using the promo code BID at checkout. Just head to bubsnaturals.com and use the promo code BID and you're all set. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support the show and tell them that BID sent you. And also Hims. Hair loss isn't just about hair. It's about how you feel when you look in the mirror. Hims helps you take back that confidence with access to simple, personalized care that best fits your life. Hims offers convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments with ingredients that work, including chews, oral medications, serums, and sprays. Doctor-trusted, clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil can help stop further hair loss and regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hims brings expert care straight to you with 100% online to personalized treatment plans that fit your goals first. No hidden fees, no surprise costs, just real personalized care on your schedule. Think of Hims as your digital door that gets you back to your old self with simple 100% online access to trusted treatments for real health concerns all in one place. For simple online access to personalized and affordable care for hair loss, ED, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/BID. That's hims.com/BID for your free online visit. hims.com/BID. Back to the podcast. I think the big difference when we compare the two 18-inning World Series games is that in 18, that ball that Kinsler threw away, and then I think Puig was safe and a run scored, and that's how they tied it. I think Brock Holt had scored a run in the 13th or whatever it was, and so at least there was something. This was a game where we basically went an entire length of a MLB game with nothing. Will Smith pimped a home run that was not a home run. Teoscar Hernandez pimped a home run that was not a home run. Freddie Freeman, he didn't pimp it, obviously, but he hit a ball to center that the entire ballpark thought was gone. And then there was one other instance, maybe. Oh, Max Muncy hit one down the line that was foul that the crowd got really fired up for. So there were teases, but no run scored for essentially 9 innings. We were just sitting there talking to Kenny Mayne, watching scoreless baseball for 9 innings. And I don't know. I don't know. I assume I know where you guys are at on this. You probably think the Blue Jays are fucked. But I mean, what a momentum shift it could be if Shane Bieber goes out there and does his thing. And I don't want to say bests Ohtani. I don't think he's going to outperform Shohei Ohtani on the mound. But could he turn in a performance that puts his team in a position to win Game 4? And do the Blue Jays have the offense to scrap out a win in Game 4 and tie up the series? Yeah.
What's that performance? What's that performance look like? What's his line? What's that line look like?
Get me into the 6. I don't need you to finish 6. 5 1/3. 5 1/3, 2 earned.
Because that's where this bullpen is going to, you are everybody down there. Everybody down there outside of the lefty got an out or got 3 outs.
I feel like Biebs is definitely one of those guys that knows, I need to give my team length. My bullpen just went out there and battled all fucking day, all night, all morning in a losing effort, which sucks. Usually if, I'm sure, the guys that went out there and got outs for the Dodgers bullpen, they're probably rolling into the yard tomorrow feeling pretty good. We got the win. We feel good. You go out there, same amount of innings, same amount of outs recorded, and you lose. You're not feeling as good. It doesn't matter. Same effort, same amount of pitches thrown, innings thrown, whatever. You're not feeling as good. So I think Biebs is one of those dudes that gets it and is like, all right, I'm not really thinking about what this could do to me or whatever. I'm going out there and trying to get as many outs as I can to try and pick up the bullpen from last night.
Yeah, that was going to be my point was, I don't think that if you were to ask him, like, where were you at? I mean, I just remember our conversation back in Arizona earlier this year when he was talking about mentally going through, like, almost starting his rehab, yet also finishing the at bat, knowing that his elbow was done. Like, compartmentalizing his thoughts, doing both of those things at the same time. Like, I've made peace with the fact that my elbow has just blown. I know what battle I have ahead of me in terms of coming back. I also have an at bat that I need to finish. I have an inning I need to finish. Like, so as far as mental fortitude and ability to match that up physically, I believe that he is well equipped to answer whatever bell he is going to hear ring tomorrow when he wakes up, because that's just who this fucking dude is. Straight up. That's who this dude is. He has given his body to the game. He has committed his mind and heart to the process. I would feel as confident as I could in Shane Bieber if I was a Toronto Blue Jays fan.
Jay, are you muted?
We just watched Shohei Ohtani play an 18-inning game, too, right? So, like, I know he's superhuman, and doubting him in any way is probably a fool's pursuit, but he has to pitch after playing that whole fucking game. And I know he was intentionally walked 5 times and all of that down the stretch. He was still participating. So if you think Shane Bieber had a possibility of delivering this performance before this game started, then from my view, his chances of outdueling Ohtani or matching Ohtani have only increased by whatever percentage that is, marginal though it may be, from where it was before, because Ohtani just played 18 innings.
The one thing I will say about that, Jay, and I don't know how much Biebs threw, if he threw it all, because we did see him, like I say, we did see him go through his weighted ball routine. So if he played catch to any extent or was off the mound at any point in time, I feel like we would have seen that. I don't remember seeing that, though. Maybe you guys do. But
good point, though.
I don't. But if that indeed is the case, then that means that there's I don't want to call it a separating factor, but it's almost a factor that brings them even closer together in that regard, because Ohtani, as fatigued as he is, did not get on his arm at all, while Bieber did. And it's going to be Ohtani's legs that you're probably going to see go tomorrow before anything else. And for Bieber, it'd be a combination of the legs, but how's the arm respond to having, gotten ready to go into a fucking ball game? So, that didn't happen. I think Biebs is going to be just fine. And do I want to be the dude betting against Ohtani? No.
It was interesting, though, when they decided to pitch to Ohtani in, what was that, the 17th?
Yeah, but you're talking about the unintentional, intentional?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I do. I think at that point, it was a matter of, can we just get him to get out?
Right. That's what I said. Why. I was like, nothing close, but can we maybe capitalize on the excitement of the moment and him just wanting to get this fucking game over with, and maybe he rolls one over, and but he's obviously a very disciplined hitter. But yeah, it was just funny that at bat where it appeared like they were gonna pitch to him, and it's like he has not swung a baseball bat in 4.5 hours.
Like, I know it might sound weird too, but I promise you it's happened where you go and you try to throw a terrible pitch and you end up throwing a pitch for a strike. Like, I don't want this to be a strike. And you know what I just threw? I just threw a fucking strike. And you know what happens to those? They don't come back. And I don't want to throw that one in the World Series to Shohei Ohtani. So I was like, very like, oh man, like the stress of this, like, fuck, I got secondhand anxiety just watching him not throw this dude a strike intentionally, as opposed to just go to first.
Yeah. All right. Game 4, Shane Bieber, Shohei Ohtani, a couple of fried bullpens, an energized Dodgers roster that is coming off an exhilarating 18-inning victory with a walk-off home run by Frederick Freeman. He did it again, walk-off grand slam in Game 1 of the World Series last year, and then a walk-off to dead center in Game 3 of an 18-inning contest in 2025. The man just continues to build his Hall of Fame resume. Jay, hey, do you have any nugs?
Yeah, there's just so many, and it's so late. I'm going to give you the best of them.
Okay.
So, not that I don't already do that. To reiterate, Shohei Ohtani is the first player ever with 2 homers and 2 doubles in a postseason game. He joins Adolis Garcia as the only players with 8 home runs through the first 13 games of a single postseason all time. The intentional walk of Shohei is the first so the one in the 9th inning. The intentional walk of Shohei Ohtani is the first intentional walk with the bases empty in the 9th inning of a World Series game all time. He is also the first player ever with 4 extra base hits and 2 walks in a postseason game. He is Clayton Kershaw is the 7th pitcher ever to record an out with the bases loaded and 2 outs in a tied extra inning World Series game. So put that on the resume. Shohei Ohtani is the first player to register 4 intentional walks in a postseason game. So that also means that he's the first to register 5, of course. He is the 3rd player with 8 or more intentional walks in a single postseason, joining Albert Pujols in 2011 and Barry Bonds in 2002. Freddie Freeman is the first player in MLB history with multiple walk-off home runs in the World Series. There are now 19 instances of that all time. He's the only player with multiple. As I said before, Ohtani has literally 2 distinct, unprecedented games within one game. His first 4 plate appearances, he's the first player in postseason history with 2 homers and 2 doubles. In the next 5 plate appearances, the first player in World Series history with 5 walks in a game. If you break down the Dodgers offense in Game 3, Ohtani had 3 RBI, 3 runs, and 5 walks. All other Dodgers batters had 3 RBI, 3 runs, and 5 walks. He is the first player in MLB history to have 5 walks and 4 hits in a game, regular season or postseason. The instances of players with 5 or more walks and multiple extra base hits. So Ohtani obviously had 4, but just multiple extra base hits in a single game, MLB history, regular season or postseason, are Ohtani tonight, Mark McGwire in April of 1997, and Ben Chapman in May of 1936. On the less good side, Max Muncy is the 8th player with 0 hits in at least 8 plate appearances in a postseason game, joining both Altuve and Yordan in Game 3 of the 2022 ALDS, both Mookie and Xander in Game 3 of the 2018 World Series, oft discussed, Denard Span in 2014, Craig Biggio in 2005, and Rafael Furcal in 2005 as well. And then there are 4 players to participate in multiple 18-inning World Series games now all time. That's Mookie, Kike, Max, Muncy, and Clayton Kershaw. And those are the nugs.
Thank you, Justin Havens. Dallas, final thoughts?
No. The start, just about what the starters are going to have to do tomorrow. That's going to be where the eyeballs are. Like it's like, I don't care who's got what. It's going to just who can outlast who can keep the game. Like there's going to be a line, and whether it's 2 runs, 3 runs. Can't let it get any further than that. That's the gap. But if we're in that gap, we're boys, you're in the fight. So it's going to be an opportunity for either one of these dudes to really add some lore to their resume.
Jay, hey, final thoughts?
One of the greatest World Series games of all time. I mean, how could it not be? 18 innings, a lot of drama, some incredible signature performances, and about 5 times as much Kenny Mayne as we ever thought we would get. So good stuff, and looking forward to streaming with you guys in 16 hours.
Yeah, can't wait. I got to be up in like 3 hours to hop on radio in Toronto, talking some Jays Very excited.
They'll be in a good mood.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be super pumped about that. So very exciting times.
JD, tell JD I say hello.
I will. He's miserable, but I did say he gave me an out. He was like, you don't have to do this tomorrow morning. Like, this is like in like the 16th inning, and I was like, brother, if you're up and watching, then I'm in. If you're one of those radio hosts that goes to bed and watches the highlights in the morning, I'm out. But you're up. We're grinding together, and we'll do this. We'll get it taken care of. So, Just the Nuts, Game 4. We'll see you there. Kevin Plawecki will be joining us for the first couple innings. Caught Shane Bieber in Cleveland. They're best friends, so he'll have some great perspective on the stream. So be sure to check that out. We'll see you then.
We out.